Hello YouTube, this is going to be my first video. I'm talking kind of low because I'm trying to keep a low profile, but I'll explain how I got to this point later on in my life as far as constructions, and trust me, it's not the best, but it's better than what I got. But so I'm out in a little patch of woods. There is a neighbor probably about, I don't know, 500 to 700 feet away roughly, so as long as I am peaceful and don't cause a ruckus, and I'm kind of quiet and respectable, I think they're cool with it. But let me show you where I'm at and what I got going on. So, if you guys ever find yourself in this kind of situation, i.e., homeless / off and on homeless, or whatever you're dealing with, the best place usually to go is in the woods, because homeless people, or well, in towns, or as I like to call them, townies, like my friend referred to them as, are fucking terrible people for the most part. There's a couple good ones here and there, but not really good people. But let me show you what I got going on. Check out the teepee I built. Now I'm gonna walk up here and show this to you, but give me a second. I hear a car. Okay, here we go. Now I constructed this. The only thing I actually used was a tarp from Harbor Freight. And I'll tell you guys one thing. I swear by Ozark Trail Walmart gear. I've field tested it, and it's cheap but reliable. Hold on. Okay, good. All right, so here we go. So here's my TP kind of construction. Now, if you do something like this, you want to leave the top open, and then directly below where you leave the top open is where you want your fire pit to be. The tarp wasn't big enough to wrap around and cover the whole thing, so, you know, improvise, adapt, overcome, brother. It is what it is. Let's go inside and show you what I did. Okay. Haha, right? Can you see? So I'm going to go through a gear list too, by the way. Little cook pot. Always need it. I just hung that there. Also, I left this here. This isn't really like my spot because I'm indoors right now while it's winter. But come early to late spring, I'm going to be outside again. This is a spot for me and or whoever else needs it if they find it, you know? Like if it's wintertime and you're homeless and you find it, dude, you're good to go. Just, you know, keep a fire, don't burn the forest down, and be respectful to your neighbors. And as you can see in my surroundings, not much of a soul around. I also got a creek or a source of water nearby for boiling and or whatever. So, you know, really the only amenities you need to do is make sure that you stay stocked up on firewood or fat wood. Make yourself a little pit, and wind walls are your friend. Just remember that. Tarps are the best thing ever. You can tell I use a trash bag there. You have to improvise with what you got. And when you're homeless and you ain't got no money, people throw out treasures on the side of the road constantly. You have to keep an eye out. Now, I know this isn't the best wood because obviously you can tell she's a little dead looking. But I was planning on coming through here and redoing all this, but considering summer's coming up and people are going to be outside a little more, it's going to be a little more, you know, I got to be a little more ninja and stealth. So let's take you inside and see what this looks like. All right. Here's my fire pit. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, I smoke cigarettes, so I don't like littering. So I usually just burn all my trash. Yeah. So here's the inside of it. And as you can tell, I don't know if you can see the construction, but hold on. I started with 3. You know, put them together and then lean the other ones up next to it. Now, if you don't know how to do this, what you really want to do is look up Army field guide manuals and such like that. You can find them online, PDFs are free, etc., so on and so forth. See, good little view, huh? I got a view of the road. People coming up that way. I can see them. And technically, it's not really a road because it's filled with dirt, which I love, by the way, because, yeah, rural is where it's at. Fuck urban. Excuse my French. But, so yeah, let's go through what I got here. I just came back to my spot. I stayed out here one night when it was like super kind of cold about a month ago just to test it out because I wanted to see if it would hold up, and it did. Oh, by the way, you see that? Where I got the paracord right there with this kind of stick beam going. See? Paracord. Paracord is your friend. Now, if I was to tell any homeless person anything, even the yuppies who want to protect nature constantly 24/7, look, listen, when you're out here like this, yeah, you'll use whatever dead shit you can, but for structural integrity, you're going to want green and or freshly cut shit. And no offense to you liberal virtue signaling assholes who, I would never do this or I would never do that. Put yourself in this situation. You'll figure out real quick what you will and will not do. I've at least maintained some kind of moral integrity through all this, even through my stint of alcoholism, which I'm coming off of now. But I just want to, like, people said I should make videos and shit, so, you know, it's what I'm doing. You guys are chilling with me. But let's go through like a gear list real quick. Look, first off, here's my bag. There's all the states that I've been through. Well, sorry, fucking up the camera angle, my bad. Yep, and some of those states I only just drove through, so just so you know, or traveled through on Greyhound, etc., so on and so forth, whatever. Amtrak, yada yada. Yeah, just to give you guys a little brief overview of my life in the last 5 or 6 plus years. I don't know because my memory's kind of shoddy with the drinking and smoking weed, cigarettes, and to be honest with you, I entertained hanging out with a crackhead a few times, smoked with him about 10 to a dozen times or so. I'm not really on that. Like growing up in my teenage years, I was really just a pothead. Never thought I would become an alcoholic. I'm not really an alcoholic. I don't get the shakes, but then again, when I was in rehab and mental institutions, they told me that, like, you're in denial, yada yada. So I accepted it at some point. Like, there's levels to alcoholism, you know what I mean? So, I know it's bad. It's not good for you. I mean, you can gussy it up all you want. Oh, well, you know, it's made with wheat and barley, so you're getting your daily intake of, yeah, that's bullshit, whatever. I think weed should be legal and alcohol should be regulated better. I don't know. You can't do prohibition because look up the history for that. Anyway, I'm a super history buff. Love it. I mean, if you want to understand what's going on in the world right now, I'll just give you 2 key components right now. I know it's going to sound really crazy, but Genesis 6, and then also look up the book of Enoch, the first one. And that's kind of where I'm at. God's understanding of my walk right now. Like, I'll go into my backstory a little later on a different video when I feel a little more comfortable. Hold on, I'll let you guys kind of see my face. I'm not super keen on that, but just so you got a face to attach to whatever. Here we are. There's my ugly fucking mug. What's up, y'all? Also, don't pay attention to the dot. See that? You know how I got this? Alcoholism. I was drunk as shit. My friend dropped me off in the woods. And, you know when you do that off-balance thing and you try to catch yourself and you lean forward? Well, I did that next to a tree and smacked my head on this the tree and scrape downwards. That was fun, right? So this thing's also, I'm a picker, so it's been there for about, I don't know, 2-3 months or so, whatever. It'll heal. I'm not worried about it. But anyway, here's my face. Hi, what's up, dog? Anyway, if you like my content, like, subscribe, and donate, etc. I'll start doing some links and shit. Just, be easy with me a little. Life's a little rough. I am kind of off and on homeless. So whenever I get time to do whatever, just be understandable, please. Appreciate it. Also, shout out to my boy Extra Cheesy Broccoli from Canada, Toronto. I love you, bro. You inspired me to kind of make this video. Speaking of which, anyway, let me give you a gear rundown list. So here we go. All right, look, essentials. This, not so much, but we are getting into gardening season, hence how I dug this out. But honestly, you could just use like, a fucking stick. Sticks can dig. It's all good in the hood. Primitive shit, dog. As far as essential gear, hold on. Let me pull it out of my bag. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a rundown. There's like really 3 things you need. Everything else you can find. And I swear by Walmart. I'm going to put it out there. No endorsement. I mean, I've worked for the distribution center before. I've also worked for Amazon. So I like both companies to a degree, respectively. I wish they would get back to America first, but you got to do world trade. China's in the game. So anyway, the 3 essentials. That is not one of them. These 2, however, are. This is gear you can get from Walmart. Okay. So this guy right here. Hold on a minute. Sorry. Gotta use my knee. Bitch. There we go. You're going to want yourself a folding saw. Now, this is not the best folding saw in the world, but she gets the job done. Also, you got a screw right here. With this, I don't know if you can see this tree over there. Yeah, I cut that off with that. Took a little minute, but you know what? Where there's a will, there's a way, right? Some of this was built using that. So, also this, Ozark Trail. By the way, the folding saw is Ozark Trail as well. All this gear has been field tested. You just gotta have a little bit of know-how. Now this knife, I am not the biggest fan of, but I kind of am. Like, you got your little bit of a, I guess, sawback cut thing right here. You got your teeth right here. If I can fucking focus somehow. And then you got a little bit of a straight blade. So I like this one because it's like half and half. This is good for cutting paracord. This is good for whatever, as long as you keep it sharpened. My bit's kind of dull right now, so whatever. It comes with paracord on it, which is actually good. Also comes with a flint striker. Now, not a lot of you guys know about this, or maybe you do. You see that little piece right there that looks separate from everything else? That's the flint. The rest of it's just bullshit. So your best bet is to get an entire ferrocerium rod, which, I don't know if you can see the little tiny cylinder there. It would be the entire thing, so you can strike it on wherever. So how this works is, use the back side of the blade. You want to throw the sparks, yada yada yada, whatever. Now, the reason I swear by this gear is because yes, it's cheap, and yes, it will break, and yes, it's fucking bullshit. Like this knife, this whole little knife kit right here cost me about, I don't know, I'm in Delaware, so this cost me about $12 to $14. Not bad if you have a job. These are a fucking dime a dozen, whatever. If you know how to sharpen a blade and all that jazz, you're good to go. Now, I cut off, originally, this comes with like a little strap type thing here. Didn't like it, so I cut it off. So I got easy access, you know what I mean? Just saying. So, that being said, you're going to need a good knife, a striker. I would say just get 2 of those in the kit. This is unnecessary because you can use sticks to dig, but you want a folding shovel or a E-tool, if you will. Entrenchment tool, that's what the E stands for. Or just your basic gardening tool. These are about, I don't know, run you from like $4 to $7, depending on whatever state you're in. Cost of inflation, you know, yay, Bidenomics or whatever. Also, these 2 right here. A folding saw doesn't have to be the greatest. Does it get the job done? Yes or no? Improvise, adapt, overcome. Always. Then you got this guy right here. These 2 needed. Now the third item I would tell you that you're gonna need, a tarp, brother. And it doesn't have to be the greatest thing in the world. This came from Harbor Freight. This is like a, I mean, look, for instance, I got freaking holes over here in this bitch. Do I care? No, because does it mainly block out